This pick a card tarot reading, which is for you, is the question, do they still have feelings for me? So maybe you have an ex who you've been thinking about a lot lately and you're just wondering how they feel, or there's someone that's removed themselves from your life and you're not sure that's what they really wanted, or maybe you're in a relationship and you've been feeling distant and you just want to know, do they still have feelings for me, or something like that. So if you read the question, do they still have feelings for me, and you want that question answered, let's do this reading for you. So we've got cards 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm going to talk you through, so I'm going to get you to close your eyes and then concentrate, and I'll talk you through it. And then when you open your eyes again, whichever pile of cards you feel drawn towards, that is for your reading. That is the one that your energy is connecting to the most. Even if you change your mind right at the last minute, whatever deck of cards you pick, that is the one that you have. Because it might be your mind or energies thinking one thing, and then the last minute your intuition kicks in and takes you to where you need to be. So I want you to close your eyes, really focus for a minute and really take your time. Imagine you walking through a forest. It's a nice breezy day. The sun is coming through the trees and you're following a path. And you suddenly get to the end of the path and there's a bright light and it's a massive lake and sunshine and it's beautiful. Now I want you to open your eyes and pick your cards. Okay, so now I'm going to put the timestamps in the description and pin the comment at the bottom so that you can skip straight to your reading. You can watch all the readings if you want. Just remember the cards that your energy and your intuition has drawn you towards, because that is the message that the universe is wanting you to hear. Set number 1. So the spread I'm doing is, this one's you, them, and your connecting energy. And then I have 2 oracle cards. So this is telling me at the beginning of your relationship, they were really quite certain that they wanted to be with you. You had a lot of communication over the internet and it was all fast, and they saw you as their prize and they had their eyes on their goal. And then they got quite complacent. So the King of Cups is quite cool and calm. So maybe as the relationship went on, they become a bit distant. I say he or she, but this is your pile and that is their pile, whether they're the same sex as you, opposite sex. This is yours, this is theirs. So if I get muddled up with everything, just remember, this is you, this is them. So at the beginning of your relationship, they might have been showering you with gifts, or you might have been showering them with gifts, or you may have been there was some kind of money in your life. Maybe you'd started a new job, or you were receiving financial help in some way. And I don't think straight away you kind of considered them as a partner. You had to make a sacrifice to be with them. And that's why I think you've still got connecting energy, because you had to really transition yourself to be with this person who was very keen with you at the beginning, who wouldn't leave you alone at the beginning, and once they got you, they kind of got a bit bored and distant. You didn't know what they were thinking, and I can understand now why you've come to this reading and why the universe wants to communicate with you. So the connecting energy between you both today and now is the foundations which your relationship was built upon when they were rushing in and trying to get your attention and they really wanted you. That's been shattered. If anything, you've been set free. The Sacral Chakra Oracle card is all about I want. They wanted you. You weren't too sure, but you finally committed to it. And I think this is why it's left you reeling, because they then turned away and they become distant from you, and suddenly you wanted them. And I just feel that your energies haven't quite disconnected yet, because it took you a while to catch up with how they were feeling. I don't think you saw the breakup coming. You didn't plan it. You didn't know it. Maybe you were forced into it. Maybe you had no other choice but to leave. So, do they still have feelings for you? I think they think of you fondly. Patience and planning. So you were planning to be having a future, but I think that was mainly on your side. They wanted you, they had you, they got bored and they've moved on. And I do feel they moved on, and I'm sorry to say that, but that's what has suddenly come to me. Do they still have feelings for you? I don't think they do. I think the connection that you feel is very much your connection. Your energy is still having to go on this journey, which their energy already completed, because they were invested in this before you even realised. They saw you, they wanted you, and you know, so the energies of both moving at a different pace. They've gone. I wouldn't be surprised if they've actually started doing this with someone else. I think they do it a lot. Have patience with yourself. Let the dreams happen, let the thoughts happen. It's your connecting energy's way of bringing about healing for you. First, before you give anything up to be with them. I think too much has happened. I think even if they did still love you, you wouldn't want them, because your eyes have been opened to who they are. And I think you're worth a lot more than that, and you know that you're worth a lot more than that. So this has been reading 1. I hope you found it helpful. I hope it's given you some insight into what the universe has to say to you about how they feel about you and why you still feel there is a connection with you both. Plan for your future. Plan for you. Do what you want in life. You decide what you want. Don't let someone else come in and decide that they're going to be with you and sway you. So, thank you for watching. You can buy personal readings from my website, it's listed below. If not, I've got other videos. All my pick a card videos are timeless, so just because it was filmed on a certain date, it is never ending. It is a universal message that wants to connect. So watch my other videos, and thank you for watching today, and I really hope that this has helped. Number 2, your energy connected with these cards, and this is your reading for you. This is what the universe wants you to hear right now about whether they still have feelings for you. So let's see what cards we've got. The spread I use, this side is your side, this side is their side, and the middle is what connects you together. So that's you, them, your connecting energy. And then your oracle cards are the base chakra, which means I have, and transformation, which I'll place up there. Okay, so I may say he or she, but if you're in the same sex situation, this is you, this is them. So if I say he or she or you, then you know these cards are you, these cards are them. Love is love. So you were in a very happy place when you first met them, and this is a card about marriage. They were looking for marriage, and I think they very much gave you the impression that this was going to be your life soul partner, and it was going to be commitment, and maybe you were married, maybe it's a divorce, and you want to know whether there's a chance that you're going to get back together. You want to know how they feel about you now. So you were happy, you were growing, you had a lot of happiness and joy and fulfillment, and they were promising marriage, very much promising to marriage, and I think that's true. They do want to be married and committed. For some reason they walked away. They took something from your relationship and walked away, and I think it was a bit of a shock, because at the point that they walked away was when you were ready to take on the world together. You were ready to make the change and show them that you wanted the same thing, and they were making you feel like you were on top of the world and cloud nine, and they just went, and you don't know why. Maybe they were going through a phase of depression, or they were stressed and you didn't pick up on it, because they all I see is that they keep things to themselves, they bottle things up and they run away. And for whatever reason, they just went off to explore a new world. The Temperance is your connecting energy, and that's about harmony and your energies flowing together and calmness, and both cups are full and it's filling each other, and you've got the water. And I think this is your connecting energy. I think that how wonderful your relationship was at the beginning, that energy is still there, but that does not mean that you're going to get back together. I feel that whatever darkness they were in when they left, they now look back on you as a very good time of their life. And I think it's more nostalgia rather than wanting to reach out to you. I don't see them reaching out in any way to you. So do they still have feelings about you? They think about you fondly and they think about you often, and they wish that things could have been different, but they weren't. Whatever happened, maybe they were going through a grief or a bereavement, or some darkness washed over them, and you didn't know what was happening. Of course you didn't know what was happening. There is sun in the background over the mountains. You both have a good future separately, because both are looking away. I think you both have a lot of respect for each other, or you will get to the point where you feel a lot of respect for each other. Maybe they've blocked you on all social media and you just wanted to know whether they hate you because They didn't give you the answers when you needed the answers. They just kind of disappeared into their own world. They went really distant. And you were ready to fight for them. You were ready to fight their battles. If they'd have opened up to you, you would have fought their battles tooth and nail for them. You would have done anything for them, I think. You will always have a connecting energy. So the base chakra is about I have. And you did have each other. Very much so, and your energies will always have each other. You have a lot of happy memories together. But if they came back to you, I don't think they could promise that they wouldn't disappear again. Transformation. The way the whole relationship ended, too much has gone on. You're now a different person because of this. You're a lot more wary. You would be worried about whatever it was that they were hiding. You're now going to assume that other people are hiding the same things, or you blame yourself in some way. Over time, your energy is going to let you evolve. You two have a connecting, protective energy, whether you see each other or not, whether you live 500 miles away from each other or not, whether you live on the moon and the other one lives in outer space somewhere else. You will always have a connecting energy until the days you leave the earth, and then your energy, I think maybe you even had a connection in a past life because your initial connection was so strong. They will always care about you, and you will always care about them, and you will always wonder about them, and they will always wonder about you. But for the both of you, I think it's safe to leave it in the past. Grow into the person that you are now destined to be. Learn from this. This wasn't your fault. This wasn't necessarily their fault. I don't think it was their fault. They had true intentions to start with. They really did. So if you dream about them, if you daydream about them, if you find yourself thinking about them, if you find yourself on the internet looking for them, it's because you've got this connecting bond, and that can't be broken. So if they visit you in your dreams, then they are protecting you or helping you work through healing and helping you become the person they would want you to be. I hope that you found this reading helpful. Gave you a little bit of insight. I do offer personal readings, which is on my website, which is listed below. Don't feel obliged to order one, that's fine. I have other videos. My pick a card videos are timeless, so even though they're made on one date, they are always universal. If your energy is pulled towards that video and then pulled towards it, it's because the universe wants you to hear something. It's because there's a message for you. So feel free to watch them or not. I hope this has helped, and thank you for allowing me to do this reading for you today. Thanks for watching. So this is the reading for card set number 3. This is the one that your energy drew you towards, and the universe has something to tell you about. Do they still have feelings for you? So in this spread, just remember, this side is your side, this side is their side. If I refer that to he, that's just not intentional. Just remember, if you're in a same-sex relationship or same-sex partnership or soulmates, this is you, that is them. This will always be the person that's asking the question, how do they still have feelings for me? And this will always be about the person. It's just to stop any confusion on my part. So this is your energy, this is your energy, this is their energy, this is their energy, and then this is the energy that connects you both. And then your oracle cards are conflict and defeat, and movement, choices and decisions. I'll put that up there. So you both met when you were both at the same point in your life, because these are both card number 5s. So you were both at the same stage, and you both took something from this relationship together that you had. They become young and fresh and new, and it was exciting, and you felt like you had the world in your hands and there was opportunity and you could go and explore new lands together. You were very much both on the same adventure and on the same path. I feel you were the bossy one, and then they regressed into being kind of like the child and fun and cheeky, and you were the one that kept the purse strings together and checked that they weren't spending too much money, because I can imagine that they, if they had their cash card, they would withdraw the whole bank account without even thinking about it, and you were keen to save money and plan for the future. So you both come from maybe past complicated relationships when you both came together. So I think that you came from some kind of relationship where there was play, fighting and bickering, which then just turned wrong, and you left that relationship feeling quite angry and you didn't really know what to do with yourself. And they came from a relationship that they didn't know was going to end, and they were really in quite a dark place, and maybe they were out of work, and you both really did come together and create a new future, possible futures. But the burden of both of your pasts is the connecting energy, and this is number 10, which tends normally signify the end. It's come to the end, and I think that when it come down to actually settling down, and they may have got quite frustrated, they wanted to spend money on excitement and you wanted to rein them in a bit, and it become quite a bit of a workload to be with them. So I think it ended on quite a bad note. There was a lot of conflict and defeat, and you walked away, you both, like, you were both just like arguing. You know, you've got a relationship about arguing in your past, and they've got rejection in their past, and it's just a catalyst for you both ended up feel quite hard done by, and you both walked away feeling wounded and defeated. Do they still have feelings about you? Of course they do, because you lifted them. You both lifted each other out of where you were. You enabled them to feel young and happy again, and they enabled you to see a future. Before you met them, you didn't see a future. They will always have feelings about you. They think about you. Your energies are always going to be connecting, but there's always going to be a burden between you both. I think maybe you got to the point where you felt like you were babysitting. Your other oracle card is movement, choices and decisions. You had to make quite big choice and a big decision. You had to make the movement. They didn't. I think it was you that maybe brought the ending closer for you both. I think maybe you just couldn't carry them anymore. At some point you need someone else, your partner, to be adult. I don't see anyone new in their life. Not anyone that means anything anyway. They're still, as much as you're dreaming about and thinking about them, they are thinking about you. I think if they grew up a bit, there could be a chance that you got back together, but there would have to be a lot of movement on their part, and they have to be ready to be a bit of a grown-up. You have to make good choices. You have to want to plant things and grow things and commit to marriage. I don't know if they would do that. Do they still have feelings about you? Of course they will. They always will. Do they want to get back together at this point? I don't think so. I think that you both went on a journey and it completed, and the universe is just letting you know that that journey came to an end. Any connections that you feel, it's to give you comfort and healing together. But you mean a lot to them. You do mean a lot to them. They will think about you for the rest of their lives, and they will secretly be quite thankful for meeting you. Once all the anger and the conflict has been forgotten about, they will sit down and think, do you know what, I let someone really good go. So I hope this reading's been helpful for you today. I hope it's given you some kind of insight to what the universe is wanting to let you know at the moment when you're finding yourself drifting and thinking about this person. I do have personal readings available. It's on my website. It's listed in the description below. Don't feel obliged to buy one. It's perfectly fine. I have other videos. All my pick a card videos are timeless, even though they were made on a certain date. Even in 10 years' time, it's still going to be a message from the universe that they want you to have. So if you see a video, pick a card video by any of the psychic tarot readers on YouTube, and you feel compelled to click it, it's because there's a message for you waiting, and then you will be drawn towards your cards, no matter who it is. When the universe has a message for you, they will do its best to get the message to you. So I'd like to thank you for watching today, and I hope this has helped. This is the reading for card set number 4. It's the one that your energy connected to, and this is the reading that the universe has for you about, do they still have feelings for you? This side is you, this side is them. It always be them, just to stop any confusion. So this is your energy, this is your energy, this is theirs, this is theirs, this is what connects you. Your oracle card is fertility and emotional withdrawal, which I'll place over there. Oh, well, we've got 2 fertility cards. We've got the Empress, which is all about motherhood and growth and nurturing, and it can mean the birth of a child. And then we've got fertility, which is obviously to do with children. And then we've got an emotional withdrawal. So we'll start with your cards. So remember, these 2 are yours, them 2 are them, and that's connecting. So when you both met, you were very much ready to have a committed relationship and a life partner, and someone who you could grow financially with and emotionally with and connect with, and that's very much what you were looking for. And they come along and they provided that. They were a little bit distant. I think maybe you connected on the internet because this is the swords. That sometimes means the internet. I feel they put enough effort in for you to know that you wanted to be with them. You wanted that, and they wanted a partner. They wanted a queen to sit next to them. You wanted someone for you, someone who is away from your family home. They had their heart broken when this came to an end. You were ready for battle. You were prepared. You have fought many battles in the past before, and maybe you had to fight a battle together and they were just deeply wounded. And I think you as a person are a lot stronger than them. They emotionally withdrew from you. Maybe you were trying for a baby and it just wasn't happening, or maybe you had a miscarriage, or maybe you have a child together and you were disagreeing on how to bring that child up. You were very much more ahead in the relationship than what they were. You progressed a lot further than what they did. They were taking it slow and they were being quite distant, and I think you've always had in the back of your mind, how do they feel about me? I don't think you were ever quite sure. I think you may have always thought maybe they were hiding something. I don't think they've ever been hiding anything from you. They're just not very quick at showing their emotions. You didn't want to let it go. You wanted to fight for it, but for some reason you both had to part. The good news is the Empress is your connecting energy. That is why you're thinking about them. That's why you're feeling their presence. As much as you're thinking about them, they are thinking about you. They had to emotionally withdraw because they were so hurt by whatever happened. They were so hurt. They haven't quite caught up, so the Empress energy is at the moment healing and nurturing them. I think if you confronted them and said you still have feelings for me, I think they would deny it, because at the moment they're still very, very hurt. You're very defensive. So I think the Empress is going to be healing the both of you. I think the Fertility Oracle card is going to be healing the both of you. I think you've got a lot of energy cycle. I think once you both get over the hurt and whatever happened, I think there's a possibility you can come back together, because they really loved you. You really wanted it to work. That's what you were looking for. Whatever it was that brought the end to it, there was a lot of pain, and that's very unfortunate, but I think that can be healed. They still care, of course they care. It's going to take them a while. You've got to remember you're already ahead of where they are. So we've got number 3 and a number 8, so it's all part of the process, the process that they need to go through. You're at number 7, so it is working its way through, and it will work its way through. I wouldn't be surprised if 6 months to a year's time before this time next year, you get a message from them that they want to try again. In about a year's time, before a year's time, they're going to be ready to tell you how they feel, and they are going to be in a place where they can open up a bit more and they don't have to feel so strong, because they had to emotionally withdraw. They've never been through what you both went through before. They've never had their heart broken like that before. So I think with this one we have to watch the space. At the moment, they feel all kinds of stuff. They're still processing how they feel. But once they work it out, they're going to realise that they truly loved you. They know that deep down. They won't be admitting it any time immediate future, but at some point it will. And I think the Empress and Mother is just going to make it work. But you have to want it. You have to want it. If you're at the point where you think, no, I've fought too many battles with this person, I think they've been quite selfish, being so hurt, you feel quite abandoned, the future is what you make it. When they reach out to you, which they will, it's up to you if you reply. It's up to you if you meet up with them. It's up to you if you sit down and talk about it. It's not just up to them. So have patience. Let your guard down a little bit. Go out in nature. Heal yourself as much as anything else. Carry on living your life and sit and wait. If you want to wait, wait. But in time you'll hear from them. Do they still have feelings for you? Yeah, of course they do. Why wouldn't they? You two have been through so much together that it was beyond your control what happened. I hope this reading has given you a little bit of insight into how they feel and why the energies are making you think of them and wonder about them. You know, the Empress is just wanting to heal and let you both grow again. Whether that's individually or together, time will tell. Thank you for watching. I have a website which is listed below. I do offer personal readings. Don't feel obliged to buy one, it's perfectly fine. I have other videos. Whenever you see a pick a card video and you feel drawn to clicking on it, whether it's mine or someone else's, it's because the universe is wanting to send you a message. When you feel connected to a reading, listen to it. That's all I can recommend, really. So thank you for watching today, and thank you for letting me do this reading for you.